How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Ishake Adventures. It has been way too long since we have had a video come out. We posted a couple shorts and stuff like that here and there, but not an actual video that you guys can sit down and watch for your breakfast, lunch, whenever you're bored, whatever that may be. So officially, we are back. I'm going to be posting for the next couple of weeks. I posted an update video right before this one to sort of explain what has been going on for the past 3 to 4 months and why, we haven't really said anything about what's been going on. So if you want to go check out that update video, that pretty much just puts it all out there and explains everything that's been going on, why we stopped, why we haven't been posting, and where the future is going. But for the people who just care about the animals and just want to see some cool things under the water, let's just jump right into it. Now, this first guy is going to be the racing stripe flatworm, or Pseudoceros liparus. And I thought that this guy was really cool just because it's kind of got that cool little thermometer-like shape on its body, and one of the most colorful, gorgeous flatworms I have ever seen to this day, actually. Now, a little bit more on flatworms. Flatworms are actually carnivorous. Don't let their little tiny cute body fool you, but they're carnivorous and they're scavengers, and they will use something called a proboscis. Now, a proboscis is a mucus-like net, sort of, that is to catch their prey and sometimes even envenomate. So yes, some flatworms are venomous, and they will use this proboscis to sort of encapsulate, I guess you could say. It's interesting. I suggest look up proboscis, but you're definitely going to be creeped out if you get squirmy at something, so just be careful when looking up proboscis. But that is how they will hunt, and they will feed on dead or injured animals, and sometimes even soft corals. They're not wiping away reefs or anything like that, such as the crown of thorns starfish, which is actually decimating a lot of the Australian Great Barrier Reef. But nonetheless, they are absolutely gorgeous, cool, and amazing creatures. These are some of the shots that I got of it, and yeah, you can see those two little tips on the top right there. This sort of like folds in the foot is what we're going to be talking about next, because flatworms are very commonly mistaken for nudibranchs. I even thought that the racing stripe flatworm was a nudibranch for a long time, which actually made it very hard to figure out what that was. So the reason I believe that it was a nudibranch was because I thought that the two folds that we were just talking about were rhinophores. Rhinophores are very crucial and a distinctive feature that you can tell between flatworms and nudibranchs. Rhinophores, I like to remember them by rhino horns. They're in the same proximity on the head as to nudibranchs as to rhinos. So if you ever feel like you forget what they're called, just think rhino horns, rhinophores. But they're like the two ears on nudibranchs that you can see on one of the coolest nudibranchs that I have ever seen, in my opinion. You guys might have other favorites that I might have shown you over time from previous videos. But these rhinophores are crucial for nudibranchs since it is how they smell, find prey. Some use them to mate, and has even been said to sense water pressure and vibrations. So basically, those little rhinophores are your nose, eyes, lingerie, and even a lateral line all in one. Let me know down in the comments below if you know what a lateral line on a fish is. Very important. Now that you know how to differentiate flatworms and nudibranchs, there's another invertebrate that makes identifying just so much quote-unquote fun when it comes to these guys. These are sea slugs. Sea slugs are also invertebrates, and you can identify them by, believe it or not, two antennae that you can see here in this video. Right there, those two little antennae that are coming right out of the front of its face. They are not rhinophores, which can be very misleading. And yeah, so now you see why I can't really identify a whole lot of small invertebrates, just because nudibranchs, flatworms, sea slugs all look very similar and yet very different. and there's only so much that, you know, saying colors in a Google bar is going to tell you. So you have to look at some extra third-party resources. But moving on from our long-footed friends, this shot right here, you've already heard me talk about all of the creatures that are in this shot, actually, which are some of my favorite that I've ever taken. I think these are some of the best pictures I will ever take. Hopefully not, but some of the best that I've taken so far. And all of these creatures you've already heard me talk about. But I wanted to highlight the fact that everything in this video besides the clownfish, don't think about the clownfish, is actually an invertebrate. So you have the giant clam, the comb-looking feather stars on the right, and to all the surrounding coral that is around it. And yes, coral is an invertebrate, meaning that coral is actually an animal. If you've never heard that before, that's kind of mind-blowing. People just kind of think of corals as plants, actually, when that couldn't be further from the truth. They are one of the most complex animals on the entire planet. I'm actually reading a book called Life on the Rocks, and just read an interesting thing from there, saying that corals actually have 3 times the DNA genome that humans have. So you think humans are complex, corals are 3 times more complex. So just let that simmer and sit a little bit, because that definitely threw me for a turn. But corals are invertebrates, guys, and they are one of the most complex ones out of them all, and a lot will argue some of the most beautiful as well. Now, I know I've already showed you guys an electric clam, or Tenoides ales, but this guy I actually found myself, which was it's really rare find. It was on one of our more popular dive sites as well, swimming pools. And yeah, now it is an attraction on the dive site, since they don't really move a whole lot, especially when they find a nice little nook or cranny, such as this guy did. But I also wanted to give some shots of what it looks like without those chemicals interacting on the inside, making that blue lightning. One without and then one with. I was sitting there for, let's say, 5 minutes just taking random shots, just trying to get one without any lightning, and then one with pretty much all lightning, covering like the sort of lip area, if you will. But another really cool invertebrate that is probably one of the coolest I think I have ever found, in my opinion. And lastly, guys, this one's probably going to creep some of you guys out. I'm not going to lie. So I advise you to watch this with caution. I'll give you 3 seconds. This one is creepy, okay? I'm not going to lie. If you thought that the sticky snake sea cucumber on the night dive video was weird, you're going to find this one weird as well. I am sorry, but this is not the last one. I was about to say this is going to be the last one, but it is not going to be the last one. That is probably going to be creepy to people. But I found this guy very deep at around 33 meters, or nearly 100 feet below sea level, on a little outcrop of coral away from the main reef. I just wanted to go adventure a little bit. The main reef, you know, I've dove that 100 times. So then when I was with Mare, actually, we went out a little bit to this weird little outcrop you could just barely see. And then, yeah, found this guy on the other side, and I was absolutely blown away at what kind of creature this was. I know I've already asked you guys to put an entire essay down in the comments section below, but if you have any idea as to what this is, even an inkling as to what this is, then please help me out in the comment section below, because the only thing that I know about this creature so far, and that the people IDing will be able to tell from this video as well, is that it's a filter feeder. You can tell that by the appendages being branched out into the open ocean, and then having it pull one of the appendages down into the mouth to clean off that appendage from what it has picked up from what we call ocean snow. Ocean snow is all the particles of either like dead things or things just fall on top of the water, down into the water, and it just falls until it lands on either the sand, or in this case, this creature's appendages, to where it will eat. So if you have any idea as to what this is, please let me know. This was just another alien that I need some help with identifying, and I really want to know, because it was such an awesome creature. It blew my mind the first time I saw it. I think I was sitting there watching it for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes probably. until Mary told me that we had to go. But yeah, that is pretty much going to do it for today's episode, guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking through our little slow patch of not posting any videos. We are back on track to uploading at least one video a week. I'm going to try and do 2, but I don't want to run out of footage for videos until I get to Utila. If you want to hear about all of that, then go check out the update video down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like, comment, and subscribe.